G'day. One of the fundamental problems with cameras in an outdoor environment especially is dynamic range. What that means is that a scene that the camera is looking at has a very bright area and a very dark area. And the camera tries to compensate having both of them, and sometimes it's overexposed and completely washed out, and sometimes there's just too much noise or a combination of both. This is particularly a problem in AI vision systems, is that image is not useful for the neural network to pull objects out of. And if it's a safety critical situation, like in self-driving or in the case of a Hawkeye product, it's pretty important. Luckily, some very clever scientists and engineers have gone a long way to solving that problem with a high dynamic range image sensor. And I had this demonstrated to me at CES in 2024, and then was lucky enough to be given a sample to test for myself. And we witnessed an enormous improvement in the image quality, especially as it pertains to AI vision. And why do I say that? Because it looks actually quite unnatural to see an image with so much dynamic range compressed into an image, and that would be perceived as poor image quality. But in an AI vision situation, they don't care about the image quality perceived. What's important is that the image comes through clearly, so the neural network can actually process it accurately and pull the objects out. I believe this had a 20 dB increase. That's roughly 10 times the improvement in dynamic range. So it was possible to have a bright sun in one corner and still be able to see traffic lights, which are relatively dark, and other dark objects in the scene. I mean, obviously seeing traffic lights is going to be pretty important regardless of where the sun is. And why isn't that a problem for a human? Well, a human will move their head, they will perceive things over time, and they will pick up, even in poorly occluded environments, what they need to in order to see, at least in most cases. So how does this actually work? Well, what it does is it actually allows the pixel to fill up with charge, which is basically photons of light coming in, filling up and then spilling over, and that spilling over goes into some way that it can be bled out of the pixel rather than overflowing the pixel and then flowing into other pixels. It's got somewhere for that charge to go. Of course, it does all that in that micro miniature level right down at the pixel level. So you get this ability to allow some of those pixels to flow over and still have the others being able to operate normally. I think this technology is coming out this year. It's something that we're very interested in using at Hawkeye, and as soon as we can get our hands on those types of cameras, we'll be sure to be using them in our products. Thanks for watching.